right. Hey there, guys. I am meteorologist Ben Peine, and we are tracking some wet weather across the area, as you can see right here. And we're going to talk a lot more about that. We got a bunch of different radars that we can take a look at and do a tour of the rain, and quite a bit of lightning and thunder with these storms. And a few of them could be on the strong side, but overall, our severe weather threat is low. So, hey, good morning. Thanks for popping in. If you're on this early, you might be watching that replay. So thanks for watching. And feel free to drop in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from if you have any weather questions. That's why I am here. It has been at 10. It's your morning weather show for Southern Indiana and beyond throughout Metro Louisville, Kentucky, and the Ohio Valley. And we are tracking a low pressure system that is moving over the region. So a lot to talk about with the timing and the amounts of rain and any potential storm impacts for today as well. So thanks for watching, whether it's on my page, Meteorologist Ben Peine, Extol Weather on Facebook, Extol Media on YouTube, and extolmag.com/weather on the good old World Wide Web. And this is very cool. This is something that I learned here just now. This is our radar at extolmag.com/weather. Let me know if you can hear it, but every time there's a lightning strike, not only do you see it, but it also you can hear the tick, 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 tick every time there is a cloud to ground lightning strike. So I'll be quiet. Let me know if you hear this. There's a couple there. Let's see if a couple more flashes pop up here in just a second. So these are live lightning strikes with the radar here at extolmag.com/weather. And there have been hundreds of lightning strikes across the area. And you can see this moving into Harrison County, just out to the west of Corden, into French Lick. You can hear those little tick, 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 ticks. Those are the lightning strikes there. So we're going to be doing a lot of tours of the radar here this morning. We've got a good morning from Beverly Hagist. Thanks for tuning in here. Orlean Whitlow with 48 degrees, not raining now. You get plenty more on the way, as we all do, as it is a 100% chance of that rain today. Here you can see a different look at the radar as well. And it is just going to be a gloomy one out there. This radar view doesn't show the lightning. It's just showing the motion of the radar moving in from west to east. So some heavier rain coming down around Bedford. And this rain will be heavy at times. We might pick up around 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rainfall for today. Let me get out of that full screen. I'm going to bring up the live radar view here for you. And again, I want to mention that the severe weather threat is low for us. There might be some small hail, some gusty winds, some lightning and thunder. The low risk of a tornado looks like it'll stay mainly off to our southwest. So that is good news too. And here is the live radar sweep out of Fort Knox, scanning the skies. And we'll go from north to south. There you can see some heavy rain coming down around Seymour, Indiana. And, of course, Lawrence County here around Bedford. Dennis Gregory getting wet there. We've got some heavy rain. Might be a little bit of hail in here. I'm starting to see some of those darker pink colors. They're just out to the west between Mitchell and Orleans. And then out to the west of Paoli around French Lick. You've got the heavy rainfall around Du Bois County, pretty heavy just to the east of Jasper. And there you can see that rain coming down in Milltown, English, Indiana, and west of I-65 primarily. And then we've got some more of these scattered showers up here around Scott County, Jefferson County, Indiana, and into Jennings County around North Vernon. And then Metro Louisville right now and around New Albany, just some sprinkles in some spots and waiting on that rain that is lining up out to the west, just west of Hardinsburg right now, and starting to move into western Meade County too. So it's all cruising to the east, and this will be our next batch of rain. I heard some thunder, I don't know, maybe around 5 a.m. or something like that. So we had the first wave of rain. This is going to be the second wave, and we're going to have some scattered showers and thunderstorms all the way through this evening as well. So Lillian Lasley with a good morning, got up and it was 49 degrees. There you go. And so we're going to do lots of tours of the radar here for you over the next 45, 50 minutes. We'll be tracking the rain hour by hour. We'll get you set up with more rain Thursday, Friday, and we'll look ahead to another system for our Thanksgiving week. Again, plenty to chat about this morning. Dennis Gregory just mentioned you there with that rain over your area. No walking with that rain today. Yeah, it's a bummer out there. And we're going to bring up our weather headlines for today to get you started. It's just a wet day today We'll be drying out late tonight. There might be a little mist at times tomorrow, but tomorrow's going to be mostly dry. And then we'll have a stationary front set up over the area for Thursday afternoon through Saturday morning with more waves of wet weather, especially Thursday afternoon through Friday. And our driest time period, I think, is looking like Saturday afternoon through Monday afternoon. We might have another system moving in next Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe. So we'll look at the long-range data as we always do as well through next week. So we'll do, again, current conditions, your forecast here. Usually around 10:20, 10:25, we'll start to dig into the weather model data. Obviously, today we've got more to talk about with all of this rain across Kentucky and southern Indiana and Kentucky. And again, I just found this out. So we've got a new interactive layout here at extolmag.com/weather. And it's got live lightning strikes. You can see the actual flashes here. And then let me know if you can hear that. But every time there's a flash, it goes tick, 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 tick. So very cool. You can, if you want to go on and play along here, it is extolmag.com/weather. So extolmag.com/weather. And there is that live radar. And then we've got another live interactive radar here as well. This has got your temperatures, but it also has, if we get any severe weather warnings, those would pop up. We don't have any warnings across the area at this time. If there are any other weather alerts, they will pop on. There are storm tracks that can tell you the motion of these storms. So it'll say what possible impacts there are with the storm tracks as well. So very interesting. It's got it moving east at about 50 miles per hour on that storm track here. So these are all, again, free tools available to you at extolmag.com/weather. And of course, here we've got our current conditions. We're going to have a range in temperatures across the area, warmer to the north and chillier. No, the opposite of that. Warmer to the south and chillier to the north. We got your hour-by-hour forecast, your daily forecast, a lot of information here. I put the new 7-day forecast up with the weather story, and there are some other maps here for you too. We'll talk about the day one severe weather risk outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. The tornado threat has shifted just off to the southwest of Louisville, and there's a little bit of hail potential and some isolated damaging wind gust potential that we'll keep an eye on for today. No watches or warnings out at this time, and there have been no storm reports either. All that data here from the Storm Prediction Center, which I've got you linked up at extolmag.com/weather. So again, a lot to cover here as we've got a busy morning on the Bend at 10. Here's a live look at the cloudy skies and some wet roads here, waiting on the next wave of rain moving in very, very soon. And Keith Hennessy saying there was a heck of a boomer at 6 a.m. this morning. That's probably what it was. It was right around, I was thinking 5, but you're probably right around 6 o'clock. Richard Baker not loving the weather here for today. But hey, we got to have these. And you know what? The severe weather threat's low today, but it's just a reminder that when we get in the month of November, it is kind of the secondary severe weather season. Of course, springtime, April, May, June, or I would say March, April, May, the peak of let me slow down. March, April, May, the peak of severe weather season. But this time of the year, we get some stronger fronts and low pressure systems, busier jet stream. We also get ingredients this time of the year for some severe weather events as well. Beverly Haggis heard that thunder at 6 o'clock this morning. So that was right around when we heard it today. So again, so much to chat about here this morning. And we're going to be busy with the live looks outside, tours of the radar, and looking at live lightning strikes. We're going to be looking at the severe weather potential. We'll look at the weather with more wet conditions, waves of wet weather Thursday, Friday, early Saturday. We'll look at our weather through Thanksgiving week. And this is a live look with the Falls of the Ohio Foundation.org camera. And there you can see some cloudy conditions across the area. And some more wet weather on the way, of course, as well. So again, back here to, and so this is, again, showing the live lightning strikes ticking away there. There are hundreds of lightning strikes. And then you can hit the play button, and it's got different settings. You can make it go slower or faster. And there's also weather model data on here as well. If you go in the upper right-hand corner, this little orange button, there are dozens of different layers that you can take a look at, including like the CAPE index. So this would be the energy for severe weather that is greater off to our southwest. And so just off to our southwest is where there is a greater potential for some severe weather for today. So very cool. A lot of different things you can check out there. I'm going to put this back on the radar view with those live lightning strikes as well. All right. I want to give a shout out to our partners here before we really start to dig in. Lyons Roofing, again, with these storm systems moving through, might have issues with your roof. If there's any leaks or any issues, you want to get that checked out. LYONS, Lyons Roofing, out of Memphis, Indiana, family-owned company, and they can be trusted to help you out. So get a free estimate. They've already helped out my family before, and they can help out yours. This is 812-294-3595 or lionsroofingco.com, where you can learn a lot more about their services and their offerings here throughout southern Indiana through Metro Louisville in Kentucky. So all throughout our area, they will help you out. They've got a career section where they've got you linked up to where you can apply for a roofing repair technician. There are also job postings here at libspaving.com, the largest asphalt contractor around. I'm right here at LIBS, B as in Ben, libspaving.com. Scrolling down where there's some opportunities there. Make your own opportunity here with Ivy Tech Community College out of Sellersburg, Indiana. It is Tuesday today, so that means Tuesdays at the Tech. And just a reminder, if you want to get set up for maybe next week and learn more, just click right here on Tuesdays at the Tech. And you can customize your visit, get consultations with faculty members there, career coaching, how to pay for it, and assistance with veterans benefits, financial aid, career coaching. If you're ready, you can get registered there. They've also got an Angel Tree program. They help their students around this time with Thanksgiving. If you want to make a donation, you can head right there to Sellersburg campus. That's Highway 311 at I-65. Very easy to find here, especially if you just go to ivytech.edu. And they want to give a shout out to my buddy Michael Long here, proud to be an American Star Certified Agency Excellence in Customer Experience, American Family Insurance. So I've got some life insurance, car, home, cabin, side by side. So he could cover anything here for you. And when you bundle it up, you get discounts. You get discounts when you sign up with the app, and you got discounts for student discounts. He's finding ways to make it cheaper and cheaper for you. They've had price reductions here with their auto renewals. So give them a shout, 812-578-3072, or you can go to amfam.com, search Michael Long, and it'll take you right to his page. So again, thank you to our partners there. And one more reminder before we ramp things up here on a busy morning. If you want to sign up or just communicate with us, learn more about what we have to offer as far as our advertising and marketing solutions with Extol Weather and Extol Media, you can contact me, Ben at extolmag.com, or Jason at extolmag.com. Reminder, too, NWSB, any branch around the area, is collecting for REACH, a food program for kids through December 15th. And you don't have to be a member or anything like that. So you'll see the bins there in the drop-off locations. All NWSB branches, the canned food, non-perishable items, snacks, dry cereals there if you would like to help out. So again, here's our weather headlines with just a wet day today, drying out late tonight, and we'll have more rain on the way for Thursday and Friday and possibly into early Saturday too. And if you're just popping on, we can do another look at the live radar sweep here. We went from north to south last time, so we'll go from south to north this time. We've got the rain moving into Breckenridge County around Hardinsburg, Cloverport, some heavy downpours here just west of Irvington. And then you can see just to the west of Brandenburg, you've got a heavy downpour there. Heavy rain about to move into Corden, Indiana, with some lightning strikes as well. Might get some small hail out of this and some gusty winds. And you can see that rain lining up. I'm going to full screen here mode, just out to the west of New Albany, near Georgetown, Crandall. You're looking at western section of Floyd County into northern Harrison County, around Palmyra, Milltown. It is wet. We cruise westbound down 64. There you can see that rain coming down good around English and out to the west around Ferdinand and Du Bois County. And then up here towards Paoli. Rain and cats and dogs this morning around French Lick, up to Orleans and Mitchell. And I wouldn't be surprised if there were a little bit of hail here just to the east of Mitchell there, between Mitchell and Medora. Heavy rain about to come your way in Medora, in Brownstown, and Seymour, all through Jackson County. Salem, just some sprinkles right now. As we travel northbound to Austin, you got a little bit of light rain. Crothersville, perhaps a little bit heavier. And then as we look towards North Vernon, you've got heavy rainfall as well. So again, just a busy start to the morning time here. And let me go to, I'm going to, I'll just checking the base velocity. Not seeing any swirlies out there. So it looks like this rain is behaving. But there are a lot of lightning strikes, as I mentioned. As we go back here to the live radar, let me go ahead and hit the refresh on this. There we go. There's all of these lightning strikes here on the radar. Each one of those little bolts, a cloud to ground lightning strike. So lots of lightning surrounding Seymour, Brownstown, out to the west, just west of Louisville, just west of New Albany. There you can see that large line of showers and thunderstorms about to move through our area. We've got Orlean Whitlow. I've got a stupid question. Why is it in the fall and winter that we don't have very much sunshine? That is because, well, early fall, we get a lot of sunshine through October. That's probably our driest part of the year. And then once that jet stream starts to drop into our region, the jet stream is the storm highway. So when you've got just a lot of storm systems coming through, you're going to get more cloud cover in general. Also, in the cooler seasons, you're not evaporating much moisture, and your temperatures are closer to the dew points. And so that just lets the clouds linger for longer, and they don't evaporate, and you don't clear out as well. Judy Tyndall, raining in Cloverport. Yep, you've got it. I can see it on the radar there. Thanks for that report. Glenda Roberts, good morning to you. Thanks for tuning in to the show. So let's go ahead and get to the meat of the forecast. We just did a tour of the radar, and then we'll do another tour of the radar. Then we'll look at the weather model data. Again, this might be a long show here. Just want you to have all the information to get you through today and a busy kind of next couple of weeks weather-wise here for us. All right, let's get to some of the things we always show you. The countdown, Thanksgiving in 9 days. The earliest sunsets in just 2 weeks. That's 5:22 p.m. Crazy, Christmas is only 37 days away, and springtime 123 days away. Some weather history here for today. We're going to go way back. 1421, between 20 and 70, Dutch villages were swept away when waves from an intense storm system breached the coastal dikes of the North Sea coast of the Netherlands. The flood may have killed as many as 10,000 people. 1880 in Indianapolis, the record low temperature was set at 5 degrees for today's date. 1955, this day ended an early, bitterly cold spell in Helena, Montana, when the mercury finally rose above zero for the first time in 5 days. Helena experienced 139 consecutive hours of sub-zero temperatures, including a reading of 29 degrees below zero. Missoula broke their November record by 12 degrees with a reading of 23 below. 1959, Louisville sets a record low of 13, and in 2016, Louisville sets a record high of 81 degrees. Our weather jokes today are rain-related. So what do you call a bear in the rain? A drizzly bear. Why didn't the rain hit the target? It just missed. Speaking of mist, I think we might have a little mist every once in a while tomorrow, but it'll be mostly dry. But today we'll have some heavy rain. Why do cows lie on each other during the rain? To keep each udder dry. What do you call a weatherman that likes to eat steak? A meteorologist. That's my favorite one. A meteorologist. Because we like to eat steak. All right, here we go. Orlean, you're welcome. Thanks for the question. And now it's raining really hard in Borden. Yep, it's coming in from west to east. No doubt about that. So our forecast today, a wet day. Keep the rain gear handy. South winds around 5 to 15, sunset 5:29. Now, I do want to explain something here. We've got a front draped across the area. We will for the rest of the week. It's going to be cooler to the north. It's going to be warmer to the south. These temperatures I'm giving you are kind of in the middle. So if you go county by county by county north in southern Indiana, your temperatures are going to be dropping off. If you go county by county south through Kentucky, you're going to be milder and milder. So we're just giving you kind of middle of the road temperatures here for today. So upper 50s generally. And then tonight, lows in the upper 40s. The rain will taper off late tonight. And tomorrow, there might be a little bit of mist or drizzle occasionally. A pretty cloudy day for us. High temperatures near 60, cooler north, warmer south. Normal high is 56 degrees, but tomorrow is drier. Now, we could stay fairly dry into Thursday morning, but Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, it looks like our rain chances will ramp up as we're going to have some waves of wet weather moving through Friday. Friday looks pretty much like a washout here for us, and then we could see a few lingering showers into early Saturday. I think our driest time period is going to be Saturday afternoon through Monday afternoon, and then the models bring back a system next Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. Lily and Lasley always got my back with the weather jokes here. So all in all, a pretty unsettled weather pattern that we have in store for us. And again, I've just found this out today playing around with our interactive map radar here at extolmag.com/weather. But you've got live lightning strikes on here, and you can see with the radar all of this rain moving through. There's that radar view, then there's this interactive radar view. It has lightning as well, but it's not, they don't pop on live like the other one does. Let me see it. There you go. There's the lightning strikes there with that one. So a lot of different maps here. The storm tracks are pretty interesting. If you pop those on too, it'll give you an idea of how fast these storms are moving. Anywhere from around 45 to 50 miles per hour is the motion of some of these storms. It'll also show you, the impacts and how much rain you can expect too. So a lot of different resources there for you. And of course, just tons of forecast data as well. All right. We are moving right along. 10:24. So one sip from the Big Happy, and then we're gonna time out this rain for you hour by hour. And again, low severe weather threat. A few of these storms could still be on the strong side. And Perry's, I'm leaving Casey at Pekin, and it's raining here on my way to Borden. Yeah, let's bring it up. Let's talk about it here. I'm going to bring up the live radar scan, and then we'll switch this into the weather model data. And so as we zoom in here, here's what the Borden folks are talking about. There you can see that rain around Pekin and pretty heavy there in Borden and up into Starlight to Greenville to Galena into Floyd County, Georgetown. Lanesville about to get that heavier rain. It's been moving through Corden too. Lots of red here. So these are some heavy rainfall rates. Watch out for some ponding of water on the roadways. There you can see it's just out to the west of you guys here in Louisville. A little bit of sprinkly activity in New Albany, but New Albany, Sellersburg, Jeffersonville, Scottsburg, it's all on the way. It'll be moving over I-65 here in the next 15 minutes to a half hour, depending on your location. It'll take a little bit longer to get to folks south of Louisville on 65 towards Elizabethtown. But there you can see that rain starting to move into more places around Hardinsburg. We had that Clove report of the rain coming down there. And there you can see that rain about to move with the live update here into Brandenburg. So it's all cruising to the east here pretty quickly with this next batch. And this isn't our last batch. We're going to have more rain throughout this afternoon and evening as well. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and bring up the weather model data here. And we'll look at the future radar. We'll start with the NAM 3 kilometer. Actually, it doesn't even look very good. Let's bring up the HRRR, the high resolution rapid refresh weather model. And this looks like a lot better solution, like what's happening now. So that's what you got to do as a meteorologist sometimes. You got to look at the initialization, which weather model starts off better. That's going to give you better confidence that that's probably the model you want to pick moving forward. All right, so here's the rain across the area through 11 o'clock. We'll take this to 1 o'clock. It is not in a hurry to be moving through. We'll likely have some redevelopment behind this batch of rain. This is at 3 p.m. for today. Just a soaker out there. Might get some small hail. You might get some isolated strong winds. The tornado threat looks like it'll stay off to our southwest. And then let's go ahead and go to 6 o'clock today. We'll make a pause here. Still some more rain across the area. It is just a too wet Tuesday here for us. There's more rain at 7 o'clock. Let's go to 9 o'clock. All right, so around 9, 10 o'clock, it looks like southern Indiana will start to dry things out. But Kentucky, the rain lingers longer for you guys. I'm going to stop this at around midnight tonight. And there you can see most areas looking drier and drier hour by hour after around 10 p.m. I'm going to jump ahead to 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. There could be a little bit of mist left over, but you can see it is mostly dry across the area. And then going into tomorrow afternoon, we'll have a lot of clouds around for our Wednesday. It'll be kind of gloomy out there and cool, but it's going to be mostly dry. Again, can't rule out underneath some of these clouds tomorrow that we might have just a little bit of mist every once in a while. I'm going to go back to this afternoon and look at some of the other ingredients and also look at some of these temperatures here. There is look at the range in temperatures here, guys. So this is a stalled out front, low pressure riding along it. And look, you don't have to go far to the north to get into 40s, low 50s. And then you go just a little south of Louisville, you're getting into the 60s. So that's why areas off to the southwest are going to have more energy for the potential of storms. Let me go to, this is max hail size. This is a pretty cool product. It's showing the potential of some hail. But anyway, let me see this product here. Okay, here's the most unstable CAPE. This is looking at the energy for severe storms. So notice that it's much higher off to our southwest. As the system continues to move off to the east, we're bringing in some of that energy this evening. But notice, I want to point out here, if there was an isolated spin-up tornado, it looks like it's in that zone right there, just off to the southwest of Louisville. And I think that's a small threat as well. That's where we might see a better potential of some stronger thunderstorms, maybe a little better chance of some large hail as well. So that is where it's going to be warmer. There's more energy for some storms that direction. Now, let me bring up, let's see if there's a little low-level jet here. So if these storms tap into some of these winds, these are winds at around 5,000 feet, and they are very gusty. So not far off the deck, you've got these pretty gusty winds. Sometimes these thunderstorms, or these showers, these cloud tops will grow into those jet stream winds and then can bring them down to the surface. So that's why there's that isolated damaging wind potential from the Storm Prediction Center, which we'll bring back up. Now look at the Storm Prediction Center's severe weather risk for today. It is level 1 out of 5, the lower end of the risk of severe weather across the area. But notice all of our area is in that level 1 out of 5 risk. What does that mean? Well, let's bring up the probability of a tornado, right where I was talking about to the southwest of Louisville. That does include Hardin County, Meade, Breckenridge, Grayson, Hart, Greene, Taylor, and Adair counties. This is a 2% risk. What in the heck does that mean? So the Storm Prediction Center defines this as if you put a circle around your house, any point in that risk area, a 25-mile wide circle, right? Diameter. Anywhere in that circle, there's a 2% risk of a little spin-up tornado. So it is a very small risk. So we'll get back to these graphics here. Now, as far as the hail probability, it's a 5% risk in the same general area. So a 25-mile circle, there's a 5% chance of some hail. And then the probability of some wind damage, I would say south of 64, west of I-65 is the better chance. And Beverly Haggis was starting to hear some thunder there in Borden, Indiana. Yeah, there are a lot of lightning strikes with this next round of some showers and thunderstorms. So that is a look at the risk. It's a low risk, low end risk across the area for today. Let's get back into the future radar here. And we're going to jump ahead to the GFS weather model. Ooh, there's some thunder right outside here. And let's hey, how about we do this? We'll look through our Thursday, Friday rain. We'll jump back to live tour of the live radar, and then we'll head through Thanksgiving week, another live radar, and then we'll do the forecast recap. And this is probably going to be about 11 o'clock by that time. Again, just a lot to cover this morning as far as the weather. Okay, GFS weather model. Let's bring back up the reflectivity. And reflectivity just means rainfall. I'm going to bump ahead to our Thursday, which is the 20th of November. I feel like I'm about to talk a lot, so we're going to get another sip from Big Happy here. All right, a good November rain. Not my favorite. Okay, so this is 10 a.m. on Thursday. I think we'll have some dry time Thursday morning, but as we progress into the afternoon, notice the rain chances are around the area. And this is a slow mover. It's basically a stationary front. Stationary obviously means it's not really moving. It's a front because it's dividing two air masses, a cooler one to the north and a warmer one to the south. So notice our temperatures here for Thursday. You've got 50s around much of the region, and then 60s, 70s off to the south. So there is a difference in temperatures across the region. All right, back to reflectivity again, which is just your rainfall. This is going into Thursday evening. There'll be some periods of dry time, but I'll just call it waves of wet weather for Thursday afternoon through early Saturday. I'm going to jump ahead to Friday morning. There you can see more wet weather across the region. Going into our Friday afternoon, there you can see some more green and some yellow, indicating some more rain across the area. And with this, I'm not expecting severe weather with it. Again, just a wet period of weather here for us. This is Friday night. Again, you can see that kind of linear look to it. That's that stationary front that's not moving. And then here is 4 a.m. Saturday going into 7 a.m. Saturday. So early Saturday, there might still be a little bit of light rain across the area. And then we're going to try to scoot that rain out as we head into our Saturday afternoon. Now, that should leave us dry for a couple of days. And then we'll see the return of some rainfall. It looks like Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe next week. And as we add up all the rainfall, this is today through early Saturday. I think some areas will achieve a little more than this. I would say generally around 1 to 3 inches of rainfall total. This is showing around 1 to 2 inches of rainfall now through early Saturday. I think that is going to be low enough amount of rainfall. We're not too worried about any significant flooding or anything like that around the area. And again, the severe weather threat remains low. And boy, oh boy, are you going to see some crazy stuff on the internet this time of the year. There are just weather enthusiasts that I appreciate and do a great job. There are weather hobbyists out there. There are actual meteorologists that will, I don't know if it pops up on your Facebook feed or whatever feed, Twitter feed, but it's almost even hard to scroll anymore for me because of how alarmist and clickbaity it is. It's kind of gross out there on the social media unless you really know what you're looking at. I'm always gonna, as I did on TV, I'm just gonna give it to you straight. I'm not here to hype things up, unless we had like a big tornado outbreak, and then we're gonna make it obviously a little more alarming. All right, look at this. But again, no tornado outbreak today. All right, so here's the heavy rain coming back into New Albany and into Metro Louisville. Coming down good right now. Let me get rid of the let me get back to the live scan here. It's a lot of heavy rain and a lot of lightning strikes too. We'll look at the rain tour first, and then we will get to a look at the lightning strikes again across the area. So there's the rain coming down in buckets again, getting wet here over Metro Louisville. They're around Portland and the West End, over the bridge, Sherman Minton Bridge, New Albany getting in on that heavy rainfall. And there you can see that heavy rain coming down right outside of our Extol Media Studios here. Some good rainfall rates coming down. And Susan got the Thunder Boomers in Sellersburg. Yes, indeed. Let's get back to the live view of the radar. And there we can see, you might, again, get a little small hail. It's coming down good there in Sellersburg, through New Albany, up Grant Line Road, up Charlestown Road, into Sellersburg, up I-65. Charlestown, you're about to get wetter and wetter in Henryville. There you can see that heavy rain is now moved into Scottsburg. And, man, this is moving pretty fast. I mean, we just looked at a little bit of weather model data, and since then, this is all crossed I-65 through Crothersville, very wet. North Vernon getting in on that heavy rainfall. Steady rain through Jackson County, Seymour, Brownstown. Bedford, you're looking better. Mitchell, you're looking better for the time being. The heavy stuff has moved east of Paoli. It's now up around Salem and Pekin, between around Fredericksburg, Palmyra, Milltown. Very wet ride down 64 from Du Bois County to Louisville. And then you've got the heavy rain heading into Brandenburg, the western sections of Meade County, Cloverport, heavy rainfall just out to the west of you guys there in Hardinsburg. If you're south of Louisville on 65, you're still waiting for that rain. And, of course, dry off to the east of I-65. And an easy ride at the moment on 64 east of Louisville out towards Lexington. But there's a bunch of rain out there with, again, our tour of the rain. And then, again, here's another live look outside. This should update here in there we go. And also, let me get back to the live radar view to show you the lightning strikes. Again, there are a bunch of those. Yeah, if you look closely here, you can see all these little lightning bolts. There's a concentration of lightning up here around North Vernon, and a pretty good amount of lightning around Crothersville and Austin to Salem. And we've got a good amount of lightning, as Susan said, around Sellersburg. And those little tick, 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 ticks are showing the live lightning strikes. Oh, no, Vicky, no electricity. Might have some spotty power outages due to some of these frequent cloud-to-ground lightning that we have across the area. This is a look at a lot of that lightning here around New Albany and just to the west of Louisville. Louisville about to get some more lightning strikes. And then here's a bunch of lightning around Cloverport, a big concentration of lightning there. But again, this is just something I found out today on this product. So it shows the live flashes of lightning, and then it also has a little bit of a sound every time there's a lightning strike. So just a big batch of thunderstorms moving through. Most of this is garden variety. I'm not seeing any warnings with this. There are a bunch of layers, though, that if you want to play around with this interactive map, you can take a look. There are no warnings, no watches for our area, thankfully. So far, these storms are behaving There's also a cool wind map that you can pull up that looks across the entire globe, which is pretty cool too as well. All right, lots of stuff there. I can get on a tangent and start talking about all of the different layers on there. But so we did a tour of the radar. Now let's go through Thanksgiving week, and we'll do another tour of the radar, and then we'll do a forecast recap for you folks getting on board a little bit later. 10:42 here. We'll probably go all the way up to 11 a.m. A longer edition of Ben at 10 this morning. Once again, cheers. If you have any weather questions, don't be shy. Drop them in the comments. Feel free to help guide the show wherever you'd like. This is your show, your weather show for Southern Indiana and beyond. But thank you, Vicki, for that report of the electric out there in Salem. Unfortunately, there might be some spotty power outages due to some of the frequent lightning strikes. Lillian Lasley, you have an awesome day as well. Thanks for being here. All right, let's get back to the weather models. There you can see just a whole lot of rain on the map. And this is moving pretty quickly, this batch from west to east. Some of these storms moving at around 50 miles per hour. And now I'm going to bring up the GFS weather model. Let's go into Thanksgiving. And we're going to look at the future rain. I'm going to jump this ahead to late Monday. Okay, so this is the 24th of November. I think we're pretty dry Saturday afternoon through Monday afternoon. We're going to go into Monday afternoon here. Another system developing off to our southwest. I will say that the GFS is faster than the European weather model. Eventually, they're going to start to agree for next week, and we will see better timing for early next week. But right now, kind of a Tuesday, Wednesday time frame for another system moving into our area. So here's a look at the full screen view here, and Judy with the report here of lots of thunder, lightning, and Cloverport. Yeah, that's what we were seeing on the map. Thank you for the ground truth there that we were matching up with the radar. All right, so here we go. This is Monday night into Tuesday, bringing in another system. Notice a lot of the United States is quiet here Tuesday, except for the Ohio Valley. So this is now Tuesday afternoon. I would say the Canadian and the GFS do have some rain next Tuesday, the 25th. Obviously, the GFS has quite a bit of rain here. And then it has this system moving off to the east on Wednesday morning next week. But the European weather model still has rain next Wednesday, a big travel day, of course. All right, let's get into our Thanksgiving, which, of course, is the 27th next week. And notice that, I mean, there's not anything big across the United States, it looks like, here for Thanksgiving. So this is 4 p.m. Turkey Day afternoon. There may or may not be a little bit of a rain chance, as you can see right here, but it doesn't look like anything huge across the area. And then now we're going into our Black Friday, the 28th. Hopefully that'll stay dry for us. And then into the 29th, Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend. Pretty quiet right there. And then into Sunday, the 30th. It's got another system. But you know what this looks like, as I was talking about the last couple of weeks, that the last 2 weeks of November we're going to be pretty busy. We're seeing storm systems every few days, and some of these storm systems might linger for a couple of days, like our Thursday, Friday, early Saturday system. So it's just a busier and wetter pattern for us. Not seeing any significant snow chances. We might get some little short blasts of some chillier weather. Let's bring up the temperature map here. And I'm going to go back to the 27th, which is Thanksgiving. And it does have some cooler air moving in behind a front. So this is next Wednesday, and it's showing 50s, possibly 60s across the region. But then as we go, some cooler air might filter in here, it looks like, for Thanksgiving. Maybe another stalled out front. It's got 60s south, 30s north. So what we're seeing here this time of the year is that we're no longer seeing a battle between like fall and summer air left over. Now it's like a battle between fall and winter like air. So you're looking at 60s and 30s over a short distance here for Thanksgiving Day. And as we bring this ahead to our Friday morning on the 28th, some pretty chilly temperatures in the 20s and 30s. And you've got what we call a temperature gradient, a baroclinic zone. When you have temperatures ranging from north to south across the region, a very quick change in temperatures. Sometimes there's a quick change in barometric pressure as well. And sometimes that'll be the storm highway. It can keep you in a busier weather pattern when you've got a quick change in temperature across the region, like we do today. It's cooler north and it's warmer off to the south. And then I'm going to go into Friday afternoon, not this Friday. This is next Friday, Black Friday. This is 4 p.m. It's showing some cold weather over the region. So we might get a little bit of a blast of some chillier air, some more winter-like feel right around Thanksgiving or just after Thanksgiving. And also more rain chances as well. So, okay, that's the long-range forecast there. So that has been the good old Ben on a Limb segment. Let's bring up the live radar again. I can hear the rain coming down very well outside of the Extol Media Studios. And we can see it live out there as well. It is pouring. And the old man, it would be nice if the old man were snoring as well. So be careful with that. We're going to have some ponding of water on the roadways. A lot of lightning strikes out there. And let's bring back up, look at a tour of the radar before we wrap the forecast up once again as well. Thanks for being with us here again this morning too. Here's the heavy rain. Whoa, super zoom. Let's go full screen with this. And the rain about to become heavier and heavier for you in downtown Louisville. Might be a little small hail in there as well. There you can see 264 coming to 64 there right ahead of the Sherman-Minton Bridge. Heavy rain in New Albany to Clarksville. Northern New Albany to Sellersburg. The heavy rain's coming down. That rain is heavy as well now around the Charlestown area to Goshen and Prospect into Oldham County there, northeastern Jefferson County. Heavy rain throughout Harrison County, especially just south of Corden, just to the west of Elizabeth. Seeing some darker colors in there, which could indicate a little bit of hail potential as well. And haven't seen reports of hail, though. And lining up along I-65, very, very wet here through the Borden Valley, Borden to Pekin to Greenville, Starlight, Palmyra, and then back behind the heavy rain is steady rain from Livonia to Hardinsburg, Milltown, English, Carefree, and then farther off to the south, you've got heavy rain around Brandenburg, Irvington about to get that heavy rain, and also throughout Breckenridge County as well. Just starting to see a little light rain there in Grayson County, but there's more, as you can see, just out to the west. Looking a bit better for you guys west of Seymour down Highway 50 towards Bedford and Mitchell and Medora. You still got the rain there in Seymour, and then the heavier showers coming down around Scottsburg. And you take that east down 56 to 62 to Hanover and Madison, and the rain starts to pick up. That rain about to cross over the river. You're about to get wetter and wetter in Bedford, Kentucky, in Trimble County, and Carrollton. And eventually you'll see that moving towards LaGrange, Newcastle, and eventually Shelbyville, Mount Washington. You guys will start to see that heavy rain pick up here over the next half hour. That is a good blob of rain for you there up Highway 42 in Oldham County there, right around Goshen. And that rain the heavier rain almost right on top of downtown Louisville. I think we get the picture. There's a lot of rain out there here on this Too soggy Tuesday. We got rain and thunder in South Louisville. Thank you, Karen Razor, for that report there. And let's go ahead and go back to the forecast here for today. And we'll wrap things up. Clicking a lot of buttons here. All right. There we go. Wet day today, low severe weather threat. We're going to be drying out late tonight. Could have a little mist left over at times underneath a cloudy day tomorrow. And then it looks like we'll have some waves of wet weather Thursday afternoon through Friday, possibly a little light rain lingering into Saturday morning. Our countdown here, Thanksgiving in 9 days, earliest sunsets in 2 weeks, Christmas in 37 days, crazy how it's creeping up, and springtime in 123 days. A lot of weather history here, but I'll put this on Facebook at around noon today. We can watch the recap where we talked longer about that. Our rain-related stupid weather jokes for our November 18th. What do you call a bear in the rain? A drizzly bear. Why didn't the rain hit the target? It just missed. And we're going to have that miss tomorrow, maybe, in some spots. Why do cows lie on each other during the rain? To keep each udder dry. What do you call a weatherman that likes to eat steak? A meteorologist. That's my favorite one right there. All right, today's forecast, just a wet day. Grab the umbrella. Showers and storms, a high of 59. Now, there is a temperature gradient across the area. It's going to be cooler just north, and it's going to be warmer just south. Big range in temperatures. So just playing this kind of in the middle here as far as these temperatures today. A lot of the day in the 50s. Upper 40s tonight, cooler north, warmer south. Rain will taper off late tonight and will be mostly dry during the overnight hours. There could be a little mist left over at times tomorrow, but it will be a drier day for our Wednesday with upper 50s to low 60s across the area and a lot of clouds around lingering for our Wednesday. Our 7-day forecast, healthy rain chances here for Thursday afternoon, and scattered showers will continue through our Friday and possibly some lingering rain into Saturday morning as well. We'll be mostly dry Saturday afternoon through Monday afternoon. And then we could have another system as we head into our Thanksgiving week impact the area Tuesday into next Wednesday. Oh, lots to talk about here today. And again, we were talking about low severe weather threats. It looks like if there is a little spin-up tornado, there's a better chance of that for areas off to the southwest of Louisville today, especially over western Kentucky. And we can bring back one last look of the severe weather potential for today. The Storm Prediction Center has our area under a level 1 out of 5. So they're low-end severe weather risk across all of our area with the potential of some hail, some isolated damaging wind gusts. There is a pretty strong low-level jet moving through the area, so you can sometimes with that get some strong winds to the surface. As far as that tornado threat, notice it's just south. This is a very low threat. This is 2%. So within a 25-mile wide circle, 2% chance that an isolated spin-up could happen. So very low chance of that. The hail threat is 5% over the region. And then the wind threat is at a 5% chance as well. So again, overall threat of severe weather is low. I was showing you earlier let me bring up the energy for severe weather is higher off to the southwest. So this is the CAPE, the convective available potential energy. And we are on the wrong weather model. Let me bring this up. Here we go. So the energy for severe storms, much greater where it's warmer out to the west as we head into this afternoon. This is around 4 o'clock today. So that's good news for us that the ingredients for, spin-up tornadoes, larger hail does look a bit greater off to the southwest where you see those orange and red colors there. All righty. Let's take another live look outside, then we'll start to wrap it up here on a Tuesday morning. Actually, I want to take a different look outside. Yeah, there's the Sloppy wet conditions here out of our Extol Media Studios. Just saw a live lightning flash there. This is the corner of Vincennes and Market, right outside of, again, the Extol Media Studios, showing you the gloomy conditions out there. Kind of like, it's kind of a chilly storm, too. I mean, there's some areas that are just in the 40s. Speaking of which, let me bring up some of these temperatures. And by the way, we're still getting a lot of lightning strikes here. So this is showing dozens of lightning strikes in Oldham County, around downtown, Clark County, just getting a lot of lightning strikes up through Scottsburg. Every click that you hear is a live lightning strike. And that lightning around Brandenburg and into Breckenridge County and Meade County as well. So busy with the lightning strikes. A lot of thunder boomers out there here this morning. And another live look at the cloudy conditions. The ground kind of blending in with the sky, with the grayness out there. Heavy rain going to take down a lot more leaves. And the breezy conditions will take down a lot more leaves. There's not many leaves left. And I want to thank, before we take off here, our partners here at Lyons Roofing. Of course, with these heavy rain systems, if you notice any leaks, notice any shingle problems, hopefully no hail damage, but if you get any issues, trust these guys right here. They have helped us out. Lyons Roofing, Lyons, roofingco.com. You can call them on either side of the river. They've got you covered. 812-294-3595. You can see a free estimate form right there. Commercial, residential, they can help you out with the financing solutions there too. You can see more about their products, their services here as well, and how that company started. They've got a job opening here, roofing repair technician. There are job openings here as well. They can't get much work done in the rain, unfortunately. Libs Paving, the top asphalt paving contractor around the region, and they've got a career section here too. That is Libs, L-I-B, B as in Ben, spaving.com. Level up your career anytime you want to start. They've got sessions throughout the year. This is Tuesday. That's when we remind you that there is Tuesdays at the Tech available for you here at the Sellersburg campus. This is where you can get one-on-one help with a faculty member. Give you a tour of their state-of-the-art labs, modern facilities. You can learn about student life, veterans benefits, career coaching. If you're a high schooler, you can get dual credit. You can get those free college credits, help with tuition and aid, and just learn a whole lot more here at Ivy Tech, Sellersburg campus. Also, if you have any issues, again, any storm damage, any car issues, you want to get a look at a quote here, maybe some price reductions. When I bundled here last week, got some life insurance, it took my bill down significantly with my auto and my home policy. So look for those price reductions. He's looking out for you. He's the one who contacted me and let me know, hey, we've got this way to save even more money. So this is Michael Long with American Family Insurance, American Star Certified Agency, Excellence in Customer Experience. So check him out here, amfam.com, and then search Michael Long, or you can give him a call, 812-578-3072, if you're interested in maybe saving some cash right there. Again, here is an excellent resource here for you if you want to keep tabs on the lightning and the rain. And there are dozens of layers here. If the weather gets any worse, there is a warnings layer. Not seeing any watchers or warnings, thankfully, with this wet weather. There are so many different tools here. The CAPE, the available energy for fueling these strong thunderstorms, higher out to the west. You can look at the cloud tops. It is just crazy the amount of information that is available here this day and age. Looking at, I mean, just a ton of different products. These are wind gusts. You just point and click. Satellite view. This is really cool looking. Let me click off of that. High definition satellite across the world. Just amazing visuals here. And it's got the lightning strikes with the cloud tops as well. And of course, you've got also a look at a future cast, future radar. You just hit play right here, and that'll take you through the rest of the day, the next couple days. You can see the motion of that rain moving through. So again, be your very own meteorologist here, extolmag.com/weather. We've also got, of course, our live stream up here right now. You've got your current conditions, your daily forecasts, your hourly forecast, and so much more. All right, I've been talking for an hour now. It's 11:01. Susan says, very nasty in the Berg right now there in Sellersburg. There's been a lot of heavy rain moving through the area. Thankfully, it's behaving so far. The severe weather threat is low for today. Watch out for some ponding of water on the roadways. The flood threat is very low too, and there might just be a couple strong thunderstorms that move through. But this isn't the last of the rain here this morning. There are more scattered showers expected this afternoon through this evening. I'd say around 10 p.m. we'll see that rain moving south of the Ohio River, lingering through maybe around midnight or so for Kentucky, and then continuing to taper off during the overnight. We might have a little mist at times left over tomorrow, a bit of a break through Thursday morning, and then Thursday afternoon through Saturday morning, more waves of wet weather. And we'll try to get through just a wet week here. And then, hey, it's going to be Thanksgiving week next week. Thanks for being with us this morning. If you're watching the replay, thanks for watching. Drop in the comments, say hello, let us know where you're watching from. And, of course, if you have any weather questions, send them my way. As always, you can get a hold of me whenever you would like. Happy to correspond and answer any emails you might have right here at Ben at EXTOLMAG, Ben at extolmag.com. If you're interested in advertising marketing solutions to get your word out, we're your Southern Indiana and Metro Louisville and beyond megaphone. And if you have a business or organization and you're interested in a phone call, virtual meeting, one-on-one meeting, feel free to let us know. It's Extol Weather. It's Extol Media. Around 1.6 million views over the last 28 days just on my Facebook content. That does not include all the other platforms, Extol Media, and the power and reach of all of that. So, again, that is it. That has been Ben at 10 here. It is 11:03. Try to stay dry out there. Keep the rain gear handy. We'll be tracking a lot more rain through the rest of this week before the weekend coming up tomorrow on the Wednesday edition of Ben at 10. We'll see you later.